Hello and welcome to the Kerry Garden Show. Alan Finn back with you again with our friend Miguel here in Boyles of Killorglin, and we're down in the rose section. We're smelling of roses. Well, kind of, not really, but
no,
how are you?
Not yet. Just a few. How are you?
Good. Yeah,
a few out yet.
Just a few. Yeah, we got one little one over here now.
There's plenty of buds there.
Scabrosa over here now has got a bit of flower on it.
So you know that is 150 varieties of roses and thousands of cultivars. You probably know that, or more or less. You know,
I think you mentioned it last year.
Thousands of cultivars.
Yeah.
We have 200 different types of roses in our garden center.
Here, 200
different types. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of them.
And I'd say the demand, Miguel, the demand for roses, it's still very, very strong.
So you know what happened? Once you're into this, you don't go out.
Okay.
You're hooked. You'll never leave it. You're hooked. It's a wonderful world with plenty of different colors, plenty of types of flowers, plenty of different scents, plenty of different beautiful plants, you know. And once they are tricky. You will love them and you hate them.
Yes.
You know?
We have talked about how frustrating they can be and how easy they are they get everything. Everything they get. So that's the one thing. The reward
is one of the oldest plants in Earth. It's one of the, I would say probably the oldest flower that is known. I don't know, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, the oldest flower in the world.
I'm not sure of that, but one of the oldest definitely is fossils. Dated 30 million years ago.
There's fossils of roses dated 30 million years.
30 million years old, yes. So they were
around a long time.
They've been here for a long time.
Yeah. And where did they originate, Miguel? Are they natural to Europe or?
No, they were introduced in Europe by the Crusaders.
Okay.
They brought them from the Middle East or Persia or
somewhere in Asia. Yeah.
They were brought in an early
that would have been
11 or 12th century.
Yeah.
And you know that the oldest one is in a cathedral in Germany. Not in the cathedral. It's out of the cathedral.
It's up there on the third pew. Over by the confession box.
He's having confession.
No, so it's in the gardens of the cathedral in Germany.
Hildegard or something like that. I don't remember the name of the city. But it's around 1,000-year-old rose.
Jesus, what size is that? How big is it?
It's 3 or 4 meter shrub rose that should be taller than 1.5 meters.
Okay, yeah. Well, after 1,000 years, I'm sure it just kind of went, hey, I'm going to get a little bit bigger than this.
It's very large.
Wow.
It's very, very, many things about roses that, I don't know, the petals are edible. They are in some Chinese recipes.
Oh, I suppose, I think.
You know that.
I know you'd also see the rose petals, they'd be used in kind of like a lot of fragrances and stuff like that, but edible, I'd never think of eating them.
Everybody knows that they're used in essences, in perfumes, but you can eat the roses. You have the Romans who old Rome were used in all these celebrations. So there's always a tradition in roses have been considered as something beautiful.
Celebration and beautiful, okay, beauty.
So they are related with colors, actually. Now you say about celebration and beauty.
Okay.
Red is love.
Yes.
I think I don't know them all. Pink is something.
Oh, so you're talking about what they're referencing. I know is yellow.
Pink
yellow
is elegance.
Elegance. Yellow is
white is purity.
Yeah.
Yellow is happiness and cheers. And I don't know what else.
Because I remember as well too. Because whenever I would buy a rose or something like that for my wife, they were always saying like, if I used to see a beautiful yellow rose and I give it to her and she go, oh, that just means friendship. Is that all we are? I'm like going. But like there's certain they identify white roses are associated then as well with say death and or weddings, it's one or the other and things like that.
That depends on the country as well.
Cultures and traditions.
Normally red is love, white is purity, yellow is happiness, and elegance is pink. But it's cool thing, it's a curious thing that they are related to colors. To a state of minds or something like that.
I think maybe since they've been around so long, different cultures over the years have seen them and would obviously then associate them with the different
things. It's probably a universal language.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's 150, it's thousands of them, but Probably everybody knows the Dave Austin roses.
The David Austin rose. Now this
David
is
Austin
the big one
himself,
here at the back here. Yeah.
At the back, they are more expensive than the ones that we buy from other suppliers. They are trademark roses.
Okay.
But you probably don't know that he developed a rose called Juliet, and he invested nearly, I'm gonna talk in dollars, $5 million over 5 years.
Wow.
To develop that rose.
So was he getting like
2005.
horticulturists to kind of try and cross?
They hybrid exactly,
Yeah.
and they try to get what they want in terms of colors and fragrance
and size and everything.
Resistant to certain diseases and
Yeah,
tolerance
yeah,
to
yeah.
certain weathers and climate. So it's a tricky. It's not only.
It's very scientific.
hybrid, it's
Yeah.
you want what you want. You know what you want, and then you have to find the way of doing it, hybriding reds with pinks, and it's a huge world, amazing big world inside.
And this David Austin anyway, so he managed
So
to
he
create
managed
a
to
rose.
develop that rose
Yeah.
called Juliet hue apricot rose, and he sold the trademark, the registration of the rose that was in Chelsea Flower Shop in 2006, if I don't remember bad, and it was a revolution. And he sold the rose for nearly $16 million.
16 or 16?
16. 16.
Wow.
So he's
Okay, he got his money back.
He most expensive. He probably got this money back before selling the trademark.
Wow.
Because that rose was something that no one was expecting.
Okay.
And was probably sold out in those 5 or 6 years he took to sell.
Of course, they would have only had a certain
he
amount.
probably made this money back before selling it.
Yeah.
But to give you an idea of how big is this world, paying for a registration or a trademark rose, $16 million at that time could be around 10 million pounds or 10 million euros or something like that. It gives you an idea of how big is this world.
Wow. Wow.
And these ones are only 30 euros.
This one, thank God. I was like going, should we have security guards in here? So that the David Austin rose here, and as you said, it's a little hard here. Does it take?
No.
Or what
It
is
doesn't necessarily need
No,
to be. It's not only one variety. David Austin is a brand, call it this way.
Okay.
Or a rose developer. And he does shrubs, hybrid teas, different types of flowering. Some of them are not very fragrant, some of them are spectacular.
Okay.
Most of them are different roses.
Okay.
Some of them are replicas. You can find similar things in different suppliers, but the Dave Austin, when you buy a David Austin, you know that you're going to have something different.
Different.
It's more vigorous than the
I was
other
going to say,
roses.
that's why I asked as soon as you put it on the table. I was like, what in the heck is that? Because we do have, of course, all our other different type of roses here. We've got our tea, hybrid tea, our shrub roses, floribundas, and, you know, all the old favourites. As you said, 200 here in the garden centre?
200 different
200
ones,
different ones.
yeah.
Okay, so
Between
you'll find your perfect rose, hopefully.
Well, you know what is people come early and they just go and get the super cool ones.
Okay.
Or at least the ones that they consider super cool. So believe it or not, these people that. So we have two type of customers in roses. Well, nearly in everything. Is the visual. So you need to see the rose, like myself. I don't have imagination. I need to see the plant in full. And people that knows about them, and only with the label.
Yeah.
They want that rose, or they want something similar to that. They're looking for something specific.
Very specific. Okay.
And that's when they come here in late January, early February, and it's people taking 4, 6, 10 roses when they are just.
They know exactly.
Not even a single leaf on them.
Yeah, but they know what it's going to become.
And then now they are in bud.
Yeah.
They're selling constantly, but when they start flowering is when people go.
Everyone just falls in love with them, really, isn't it? Yeah.
We buy roses from a gentleman in Cork, the bare-rooted ones, and he says, roses, the scent sells the roses.
The scent.
Scent.
So as soon as the bulb, as soon as the flower comes out and the smells come around,
exactly,
it's what draws people to them.
In fact, last year we brought non-fragrant, only beautiful roses.
Okay.
This year, what he had brought, they are all fragrant.
Yeah.
So
because you know what, and I had this actually going back again, bringing back to my wife. When I was getting something for Valentine's Day, I was getting some roses, and when I went. I did the bad thing. I went into one of the retail stores in Tralee, and I went and I got no smell. Like 90% of the roses that were there, they did not smell at all.
Do you know where they come from?
Ah, you're going to tell me now somewhere. Go on.
They come from Ecuador.
Ecuador. Right.
Ecuador or Peru? Peru or Ecuador?
Okay.
Let me check. I think I have it here. Ecuador. Yeah.
Right.
Believe it or not, in Ecuador, 55% of the farmland is roses.
For roses. Wow.
And it supplies most of the world. And the reason for that is because it has the perfect climate, the perfect soil, the perfect sun for them.
Wow.
And it supplies, but the scent is not what they want.
No.
They want the quick
visual.
Quick and visual.
Yeah.
The quick and
so it's
visual.
it's the typical commercialization of it, really. You know, they just want visuals.
Quick and nice.
But I did, and I ended up picking roses that actually did have a scent. And, you know, obviously they were a little bit more expensive, and obviously that was the reason why. But it just kind of surprised me. But as you said, so there are ones that are kind of just made for visuals and not for scented.
And they're sent in
But yet,
containers.
us being humans, we are attracted to the scent and the smell.
Yes.
So let's talk about, you've mentioned it quite a few times, and I'm thinking that we talked about this numerous times. It is a real love. A love, you fall in love with these plants.
You do.
But what does love also do? It can break your heart, because we've always said it.
Everything
that can happen happens to a rose.
Happens to a rose, and we have talked about that in the vineyards. The top of the lines, they always had, at least a long time ago, I don't know now. They probably have drones now.
Yeah.
But they used to have a rose, and instead of checking the grapevines, they were checking the rose.
The roses,
and whatever they had the rose, they were treating the roses for the grapes for. So if we had some mildew, they were treating against the mildew after.
Yeah.
If they had green fly, they were treating the grapes against.
So if
green
anything,
fly.
the rose was the indicator of what was actually possibly going to happen to the rose.
They
go to there before the grapes. Yeah.
So see this one, the Dave Austin is full of green fly.
Yeah, you can see it there at the top already. I was wondering, was that little droplets of dew or something? But no, there they are, the little green fellas.
I treat them every now and then. No, more now than then.
Yeah. And what's the best way as soon as we see any of these?
What is recommended is treating more or less constantly. I brought 2 different products here that we use. I try not to use the rose clear because it's chemical.
Okay. Now it is one of the most popular, and it's very effective. But you're going now more towards trying to be a bit more
eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly.
This is a contact insecticide, so you have to spray it directly on top of the things. It won't kill the other ones. This one goes into the system, and eventually all will die.
Okay.
Birds, small little things that eat these fellas, they don't like chemicals.
Yeah.
They would prefer this, so that's why I treat with this, unless it's a very bad infection.
Okay, so this is eco-effective, child and pet safe, and it's just for bug and mildew control. So aphids, whitefly, spider mite, and more. So good for garden wildlife. It won't, as you said, any birds or insects that come and eat the green fly, it doesn't harm them, and that's good all around for the environment.
Yes.
But it is effective.
It is.
That's what it comes down to. People want to know, okay, yes, it's great.
Again, it's a contact.
Contact, okay.
So spray
directly on.
If it doesn't touch the thing, the green fly, it won't kill it.
Okay.
While the other one goes into the system.
Right.
But it's toxic for wildlife.
Yeah. So that goes into the actual plant. So when the green fly is chewing, they get the toxins into them, and that's what kills them.
Wasps, all carnivore wasps or carnivore flies, or these birds that are around here, the robins.
Yeah.
That I can see them in between the roses picking.
Yeah. Coming in for a little snack.
I love them around.
Yeah. It's good to see them.
Yeah, sometimes one of these days they're going to poop in my head, but
they say here in Ireland it's good luck. I don't believe it for a second. Okay, so that's kind of treating. So that'll be the white fly, the green fly, the mildew. You need to look out for that as well. That's lifting up the black spot.
All these things, yeah.
Okay. So feeding as well too, then, Miguel, is also the last important thing.
Very important. They're very hungry. I've told you a few times, they're very hungry plants. The more you feed them, the better flowers, the longer the flowers are going to be. The quality of a rose is measured in flower cut flower? I never say. When you cut the flowers,
Yeah.
cut flower. The longest the stem, the more expensive is the rose. Allegedly.
Yes. Okay.
Originally, now things have changed.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of rose from Ecuador.
Yes.
They
Ecuador.
come with-
Damn those Ecuadorians!
Before-
They've ruined it all.
Before of those, 30 years ago, when I was a young fella trying to impress women,
Yeah.
dozens of roses would cost you a salary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now they are.
They're very, very cost. Yeah, not too much. Okay, so again, we've got our Miracle Grow. That's our rose and shrub, fast-acting plant food. You cannot talk about it enough. Miracle Grow, one of the best products, brands.
Yeah, rose and shrub, or general multi-purpose food, and potash when they are flowering. That's all you need. But do every second week. If you use the liquid one, do it every second week. They will be very grateful.
Okay.
They will be flowering more,
Yeah.
greener, more resistant. The healthier the plant, the more resistant it is to
Well, like, absolutely,
pests and diseases.
Yeah.
So
and you said most importantly that you said the potash when in
when
bloom.
they're flowering.
When
yeah.
in bloom, yeah. Because if you put it in too early, it might drive the plant in the wrong way. Is that it?
No, he's not going to use the potash.
Not going to use it.
The
Okay.
potassium. So you're going to waste the money, basically. Okay?
So if there are some people out there, they've known roses for years, we don't have to tell them. But for anyone who's looking to fall in love with roses, because they are a labour of love, we will be, of course, visiting roses again later on in the season to talk about all the different things that might need to be done to keep up your roses and give them the most beauty. They are one of the most joyous plants you can have in a garden. That's why they are so popular, Miguel. Hard work, but well worth it.
But well worth it.
Well worth it. Excellent. Listen, thanks very much, Miguel, for that. It's a very interesting facts. I'll be looking for that place in Germany now to see where that old rose is. Maybe you've been there. Maybe you've got a photograph of it. Do send it into the show. We'd love to see some of your gardens as well. So remember to send them in to Radio Kerry. Info at Radio Kerry should be able to get us, and we'll be able to have a look at some of them. But for now, that is it from the Garden Show. Until next week, happy gardening.